Steven Jackson, a close friend, delivers a powerful message to the disgraced boxer Ryan Garcia during a shocking social media rant. And we get ready to talk about that right now. This is Power Grind Sports, where we're dedicated to the grind and dedicated to you. That's why we do what we do. We talk about the biggest names in sports and entertainment. This is what's hot in the world of sports. First and foremost, I got to encourage you to turn your dedication into domination of delivering positive energy and information with certified hip-hop sports motivation and entertainment. You dig? So now you already know social media is crazy right now. And during a social media meltdown that's been super disturbing, the disgraced boxer Ryan Garcia has ignited a firestorm of backlash. And when I tell you it has been crazy, it's been crazy. It's been full of racist comments, offensive comments on Twitter, on X, on social media, Facebook, man, everywhere. This dude talking about black people, he talking about Muslims, he talking about George Floyd, and he just got suspended or expelled or whatever you want to call it from the WBC. And man, it's just really being crazy. So Ryan Garcia's racist rants, right, included a lot of racial slurs, a lot of offensive language, and it has been directed to various communities. And he even made a crazy statement about George Floyd. Now, if you don't know, George Floyd, his 2020 death at the hands of Minneapolis police officers sparked like a nationwide outrage. A lot of protests, a lot of people who were angry and really fighting for racial justice. And Ryan Garcia's comments, man, they have really made everybody angry, and they've been met with a lot of, negative feedback. You know what I'm saying? Now, even Mauricio Suleiman of the WBC said, look, man, I am exercising my authority as president of the WBC, and I am hereby expelling Ryan Garcia from any activity with our organization. Now, that came from the WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman. Now, Mauricio Suleiman has been a real supporter of Ryan Garcia even after he had done all the horrible things that he did, like cheating, performance enhancement drugs, not making weight, etc., right? He was like, look, we just pray, we just want him to be good, except they were really looking out for Ryan Garcia. Now, Steven Jackson, right? A lot of people had responded to Ryan Garcia in his crazy offensive remarks, right? But Steven Jackson, and if you don't know, he is a host of something called All the Smoke podcast. And he was a super close friend of George Floyd, right? Now, he had a powerful message for Ryan Garcia. I had posted it on my Power Grind Boxing channel, but YouTube, they removed it and said that it was inciting violence, etc., right? And I got a copyright strike. But guess what? I see all these other channels, and the meme is up there. The video is up there with him saying the exact same thing, and they didn't get their stuff taken down. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I think I do know, though. I think I know. I really think I know. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Let's go back to Steven Jackson, right? He had a message for Ryan Garcia. And if you don't know, Steven Jackson was actively involved in all these efforts to honor George Floyd's memory and just advocate for social change and justice. And when I tell you on this video that I had posted that YouTube took down and said that, you know, it's inciting violence, he was just really giving his thoughts on Ryan Garcia. And he basically said, look, first you go from taking steroids, now you're talking about digging George Floyd up, And you're talking about killing them again and talking about you hate ends and join the KKK. He was like, look, dog, you need some help. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't play by the same rules that you play by in that ring. And that was for real, for real. And he was like, look, I'm just telling you, just like I told you in the DMs. And then, of course, you know, everybody who's on social media, you've already seen the DMs. But he was like, look, I told you in the DMs that you need to get some help, man. Because this thing is a whole different ball game in the real world. You got what I'm saying? You bringing up dead people, you know, because you dying inside. That's what he told Ryan Garcia. He's like, look, man, you just a clout chaser. He just had a lot of crazy things to say. You know, appropriate things to say to Ryan Garcia following his crazy things that he had to say. Now, Ryan Garcia, his behavior on social media, people are saying that, you know, he's troubled and he's crazy, etc., right? I don't buy any of that. This guy did everything that you're supposed to do when you're trying to incite a riot, when you're trying to get people to be on your side, and when you're trying to speak negatively about a group of people. He did everything. It was the textbook. And now that he is under fire and everybody's angry about it now, oh, it's a mental health issue. I don't believe Ryan Garcia. I don't believe that he has integrity. Now, if you don't know, integrity is the willingness and the ability to do the right thing when no one's looking, no one's around, and no one is pressuring you to do the right thing. He does not have integrity. He is racist. He has shown it over and over and over. And at first he was doing it and people was just letting it pass. And there are even some content creators right now who are in these boxing spaces and in these sports spaces. They're not saying nothing. They're like, oh, you know, let's just get him the help that he needs. What? What are you talking about? He is not a child. Everybody's coddling him like he's a child, but he's definitely not a child. You got what I'm saying? Now, his April victory over Devin Haney, right? He had got to win. Everybody was like, oh, see, I fooled you. Remember that? And then, boom. He was saying at the end of the match, oh, I fooled everybody. Y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all thought I was this, that, and the third, right? No, we didn't think. Some of us didn't. And then, boom, he tested positive for performance enhancement drugs. And that led to a no contest. So then he had to give him some money. He got a 1-year ban, right? And he got a 1-year ban because he pled guilty to doing the performance enhancement drugs. You got me? Now, it's worse enough that he didn't make weight, because people keep forgetting that. He didn't make weight. Then he used performance enhancement drugs. And it seemed like everyone is excusing this horrible behavior. Now, Ryan Garcia, he was trying to act as if he was trolling people. And he was trying to dismiss, you know, his comments and his actions like, oh, yeah, that's just me being a troll. But right now, he is so under fire. Everyone is angry over the offensive things that he has done. It has created a crazy backlash. Now, his parents tried to jump on and give some statement to basically bring down the outrage against him. That does not work. Someone has taught him incorrect ways. I remember during the presser, when they was going against Devin Haney, his father, Henry Garcia, said, oh, calling Bill Haney nappy head. And then what did Devin Haney do? He defended his father. He was like, look, African-American people have coarse hair. It's not nappy. Because nappy, calling black people nappy heads is a traditional racist term to use to discard, to diminish, and demoralize African-American people. This is just the facts. That is why people call black, oh, they nappy. It's complete negative connotation, but it's based on the European African model of what's great in beauty and what's not great in beauty. So it has a lot of racial undertones to it. Now, what I like about Steven Jackson is that he completely spoke out against Ryan Garcia immediately. Now, everybody's talking about mental health, substance abuse, etc., right? But I remember when Adrian Broner was going through all of these issues and he was saying all types of things, no one said anything about mental health problems. No one gave a that Broner was going through whatever he was going through. Nobody gave him an excuse. Nobody gave him a way out. But Ryan Garcia keeps getting pass after pass after pass, and they talk about him like he is a little child. This dude is 25 years old. He's a grown man. And I know, and you know, that he would never say some of the things that he is so courageous enough to say on social media. Social media has made it where cowards will say the most offensive things that they would never say in real life, because in real life, there's a violence component that people don't talk about. That's the reason why people don't just go out in the world and just say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do, because, hey, some violence that could happen by you just going out in the world offending people. But it's real safe to be behind a computer and say things that offend people, which is not okay. It's just not okay. But Steven Jackson's response for me stood out. Not only because of his connection to George Floyd, but he is just a great figure in the sports community. You got what I'm saying? He is really a great figure in the sports community, and what he says matters. That's the reason why I posted his video, but then I got a copyright inciting violence. He didn't even say anything violent, but I got a copyright strike or a violence strike from YouTube. But every other channel got Steven Jackson saying this same thing that I got him saying. But I'm telling you, because if you have a channel and you're trying to really push a positive message, it seems as if the YouTube algorithm is like, no. Because I see all types of other channels who they say the most violent things, the most horrible things, never say anything positive, and act like, the algorithm act like everything's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They can use all kind of N-words. They can play all types of music that tell black people to do all kind of bad things and just tell the world to do bad things. Oh, no. But if I play a sample of Steven Jackson saying, hey, you wrong for that. Oh, but my channel get this strike. I'm very angry with YouTube, and I'm just angry in general because this is so wrong. It's just wrong. And it seems as if we are progressively coming to a time where when people say bad things about black people, no one cares. Devin the Dream Haney right now is hurt and no one cares. Ryan Garcia cheated Devin Haney out of his glory, and no one is saying, oh, Haney needs some help. Nobody even talking about the mental health aspect of losing to a drug-infested, disgrace to boxing cheater. No one is saying anything about that. And a lot of these boxers right now are so silent. Ryan Garcia cheated on so many different levels, and all of these boxers, they silent. All of these content creators, they silent. When I tell you, I have never seen a time in sports where people stand for absolute nothing. Now, I understand that YouTube, for some people, it's just their way of life. They make money. It's a full-time job for them. I get it. But man, you willing to sell your soul for pennies on the dollar. Pennies on the dollar you don't stand for nothing. And I'm very disgusted. I'm angry. I'm disappointed. Because this is a reoccurring theme. And this not only invades the boxing world, it invades America. It invades boxing. It invades almost every single sport. It's disturbing. People are giving people passes. It's just not okay on any type of level. Like I said, though, Ryan Garcia had used a lot of offensive language, horrible remarks on Twitter or the X space, and it has led to his expulsion from the WBC. Hopefully it can lead to global condemnation, but it seems as if people are okay with it. They're okay with it because it's Ryan Garcia. Because I'm telling you, if Devin Haney had used performance enhancement drugs, oh man, the world would have ripped him up. I remember when he said some things that people were angry at. Oh, everybody, he need to be banned from boxing. He needs to be suspended, etc. And he ain't never cheat. But everybody's giving a cheater a pass. And I'm so angry about it. Very angry about it, very disappointed with the sports community, in particular, a couple of boxing channels and a lot of the boxing community. These people who say they want a clean sport, etc., and they are silent. They are silent because, hey, it don't affect them. This makes me very, very angry. Hey, you can leave in the comment section what you think about Steven Jackson and his words to Ryan Garcia. But I'm telling you, man, Ryan Garcia's actions is a reminder that, look, this sport needs to be cleaned up. There needs to be a lot of accountability, and people's words impact this sport. You got to recognize the power of language, and you got to respect yourself and respect those around you. These are penitentiary rules. Respect yourself and respect others around you. And if you can't do that, then guess what? A lot of negativity is going to get thrown your way. So when I'm looking at Steven Jackson and his message to Ryan Garcia, I'm telling you, I salute it, because he had some empathy, but he was just letting Ryan Garcia know that, hey, man, this is not something that you want to play with. Just going around calling people the N-word and just saying the N-word over and over and talking about black people. Ryan Garcia is Mexican. We know that the Mexican community are not concerned about the problems in the black community. That has been shown over and over and over. So I don't know why in the world Ryan Garcia would be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm trying to talk about issues that's going on in the black community because I got a black friend, but then you using the N-word, you know, like it ain't nothing, like it's okay. But when people, they get disillusioned and they get sold on the idea to do these inappropriate things over and over and over, countless times. So I'm very angry at the whole situation. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Ryan Garcia said that he was a member of the KKK. Said that he wished that he could bring George Floyd back to life so that he could unalive him again. What in the world? These are the times that we living in. And this is a boxer. And nobody in the boxing community is saying anything. Nobody in the boxing community is saying anything. Should be completely ashamed of themselves to allow somebody to say something that disgraceful and nobody says anything. Very angry right now, very angry. Now, if you don't know, me and my brother, a couple of other individuals, we run an actual gym. So now we're telling these children, with the right type of discipline and dedication and, a hard work, and you stay connected and committed to your craft and committed to the sport, it'll pay off. But guess what will actually happen? You're going to be in a position to put yourself in a great space. You're going to be working hard. And then you get people who are cheaters. They are taking performance enhancement drugs and they're using IVs to flush their system out. Just like Ryan Garcia, we saw it on the zone, the buildup. We saw it. We saw it with our own eyes. We don't need nobody else to say, oh, it was. We saw. So he flushed his system out and he was talking about how good he felt with using IVs. I'm telling you, man, this is disgusting, man. I'm very angry about this situation. Now, it's just messed up that we tell these children all these things. We tell them possibilities of greatness, only for bad things like this to put a gigantic black eye on the sport. Because somebody like this, a low life like this, is going to try to cheat them out of their opportunity to be great. Because that's what happened to Devin Haney. They cheated him by using performance enhancement drugs, and they knew they couldn't win. They knew they couldn't win because when Ryan Garcia lost to Tank Davis, he had to take a knee. He took a knee, and then after the fight, he was like, oh, I was drained, I couldn't stand up, etc. You got me? So he knew that his legacy and his career was on the line. So guess what he did with Haney? He decided to cheat. He decided to use performance enhancement drugs. And at first, he had popped hot for some nandrolone, some anabolic steroid. And then they said, oh, no, that was a false positive. And I'm like, oh, man, this guy may be juiced up. And then I saw him on the run-up by the zone. I saw him during the post-presser and the post-promotional videos on the zone. Before he fought Devin Haney, I saw him using IVs. And I said, I wonder if he's flushing his system. And then he got popped hot with nandrolone 19, the Osterin in the A sample and B sample. Now, the B sample for that nandrolone 19, or whatever you want to call it, that anabolic steroid, oh, they said, oh, that was a false positive. Yeah, a false positive. But it flashed me back to when this dude had those IVs in that DAZN promotional video. And I'm like, wow. This guy was flushing his system. I had to put two and two together because, of course, these cheaters are never going to tell you they're cheating. They only say they claim innocence even when they get caught. We've seen this over and over. We've seen it over and over and over. Nothing new. Very angry about this situation. Social media has made it where people who are definitely not brave people will get on social media and say the most negative things on this planet. It's not okay. It's not okay to be a cheater. I respect Steven Jackson because he stood up. He's one of the only athletes that really stood up and spoke positive about these people who are being negative. He spoke out against these cheaters, and nobody else had the willingness to do it. And I'm very angry at YouTube because I'm a smaller channel for banning my video. Everybody else had the same video. Now, of course, I added, my little intro to it and the outro to it and, my positive words. But YouTube don't discriminate against me because I'm a smaller channel. It's not okay. I see what's going on. Trust me. I've done this thing a couple times, but it's not okay. But like I said, man, shouts out to Steven Jackson. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Respect to the WBC for expelling this guy for just saying all these inappropriate racial things. Just incorrect. Ryan Garcia is a disgrace to boxing. Salute to Devin Haney. Dude is really being a clean athlete, doing what good athletes are supposed to do. But guess what? Because Ryan Garcia cheated him out of his glory, now everyone's memeing him. And they act like that's okay. It's not okay, man. It's not. Because we are living in a time where people are celebrating the things they're not supposed to celebrate and then praising the things that they're not supposed to praise and treating the good like it's bad. We got to really understand and analyze the boundaries. We have to respect when people are doing things the right way. And we got to give that more support than people who are doing it the wrong way. It's like, wow. Hey, it is what it is. These are my thoughts, but I had to talk about Steven Jackson. Words to Ryan Garcia. Disgusted, man. All right, man. I'll talk to y'all later. I'll try to give you a moment of motivation. It's very, very difficult to be motivated at a time like this for boxing. But I'm telling you, we need an even playing field. We need a sport where people are really not using performance enhancement drugs. This is not the PED league.